types of loops we're going to cover today. We're going to start with the for in loop, as you can see in the Swift program.
Kiran, channel name chappo. Channel name chappo.
Guide here. So let's go ahead and start a new.
మరి అందాక నుంచి ఏ ఆర్ఎండి చేస్తున్నారా మీరు అసలు
ఇందులో నేను లాగిన్ చేసాం ఇందాక ఇది ఓపెన్ చేసాం ఈయన మెయిల్ ఇందులోనే ఓపెన్ చేసి యూట్యూబ్ ఇందులోనే చూసాం లైవ్ క్లోజ్ చేసినట్టున్నాం మేమైతే
And I'm just going to call this playground and save it on my desktop.
ఇదేదో లైటింగ్ ఏదో వచ్చింది అదనా
ఫస్ట్ ఇది
Now a for in
ఇప్పుడు కూర్చొని మాట్లాడండి అది పట్టుకెళ్ళి ఇంకో చోట
loop
ఎవరైనా మాట్లాడారు
allows you to
వచ్చినా కూడా
repeat a
మాట్లాడండి
piece of code a certain
వచ్చింది
specified number of times. If you have a list of data, otherwise known as an array, which you're going to learn about in an upcoming lesson, you can also use a for in loop to go through each of those pieces of data in that array and execute some sort of code on it. So this is perfect for the example we mentioned in the intro about having five objects or 5 items on the screen, and you need to turn each of them red, for example. So let's start with learning how to use a for in loop to repeat a piece of code for a specified number of times. And when you guys learn about arrays, I'll show you how to use a for in loop to go through each piece of data in that array. So as you can see, true to its name, the keywords to use here are for and in. So you start with the keyword for, and next you have a variable name. Now you don't have to declare this variable using the var keyword like you've learned in the previous lessons. You can simply have a name for this variable, because you're only going to refer to this variable within the for in loop. This variable that you specify here is going to keep track of which iteration of the loop is currently running. Next up, you have the keyword in, and then you have the lower range, followed by ... and then the upper range. And that last part there, after the in keyword, is the range which your for loop is going to run in. And it's inclusive of those numbers. So for example, if you have 1 ... 5, it's actually going to run 5 times. And then after that, you open a set of curly brackets. And inside the set of curly brackets, that's where you're going to put the code that you want to repeat for that number of times. So let's jump back to the playground and let's do a demo for in loop. So I have the for keyword here, and for my variable, I can specify something like index, and then I would put in, and let's use that same example, 1 to 5. And then I open up a set of curly brackets, and then here I'm simply going to print hello, and we're going to see this in the console down here. It is printed at 5 times. Now, part of the reason why you specify a variable name here called index is because you want to use that number or this variable inside your for loop here. So for example, I can do something like this, where I can say print index, and you're going to see that index changes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on which iteration of the loop it is. It keeps track of basically where we're at in this range right here as we're looping through it. But again, what we've specified here as a counter is only available inside this scope here in between these curly brackets. I can't specify, printing index out here. It's not going to recognize it. Okay, so we can't do that. And furthermore, if you don't need to use index inside your for loop, you can very simply place an underscore there. So this is perfect for the example that we
Hello.
had initially, where we're just
I'm
printing hello
investing.
5 times. We don't really need a counter of any sort, or we don't need to refer to index. We don't care which iteration it's currently at. One thing I want to mention, which is confusing often for beginners, is this idea of scope here. For example, if I wanted to sum up the numbers from 1 to 5, and I wanted to print out the result after the for loop, let's say I declare a variable up here and I call it sum, and I equate it to 0, and then I say something like sum plus equals, and actually let's add this index variable back here, and I go like this. Now you haven't seen this plus equals sign yet, but this operator basically equates to something like this.